I like them little perky boobs. That's getting clipped. I am an ass man. You're not fucking wrong. You are not wrong. Is Adam gay? Yeah, Adam's gay. Adam's an ass man too. Well, Adam's not an ass man. He likes man ass. If you like titties and you like trading, check out the link in the description. Help support the stream. You guys crushed it actually. I've only been sponsored by Bybit for a couple of weeks, but I appreciate the support. So this is the thread from today. Basically, this is like the week's distribution, okay? So there's buyers here, sellers here, point of control here. And basically, you see this dark bit here. This is basically where price has shown some initiative on a breakout here. And basically, for continuation, you kind of want to bid these thin areas, okay? You know, targeting up in this range. And then this side, this is basically the order book, live order book. So you can see that they're kind of pushing price up here. You see that? 16 mil on the bid. But this is my new template and it's pretty fucking sexy, to be honest. I like it. What I'll do actually, because it'll make you watch the YouTube video, I'll put the EXO chart template in the description, okay? You sound like Small Beans. Oh my god, that's a blast from the past. Who was the other guy? Who was the guy that did the Call of Duty 4 montage? You guys remember this one? Good times. Good times. Sorry if that blew your ears out. I miss COD when it was like slower paced like that. It's so like you really got to be on crack to play COD anymore, I think. It's for like juiced up fucking teenagers on Monster energy drinks now. I've just not got it in me anymore. Anyway, I was going to talk you through this thread. So we had 60 mil of like new positioning into this low. So that was my initial long. Closed 50% on this 5-minute div. I re-added on this dip here, like this. Ended up closing it because it took too long. Then we got the secondary dip and then I re-entered. So that's my sort of day's trading so far, if that makes sense. What's the RSI setup? This is called BBPCT, buy in silicote. And this is level buy in silicote. And then this is the liquidation screener as the bands. Pretty nice. How did you get into property flipping and why don't you do it now? I just, you know, it became a bad investment over the last 3 years, in my opinion. I always used to be like a Grand Design fan, you know. Probably a better short, in my opinion. And to be honest, if I was to short BNB in here, I'd target right here. I really, you know, I really want to see Bitcoin do the same kind of move as BNB's just done. Just a nice fucking one of those. Why is everything yellow? Big level, doesn't look done. I think could be done. Again, it's one of those situations where everything looks like it's sort of losing momentum and it's just going to break down. But I don't know, I just got a gut feeling that it's going to take out all this low-hanging fruit because I'm not seeing enough sort of impulse down yet. It's more corrective than reversal to me at the minute. You know, I could definitely be wrong on that, but that's just how I'm seeing it at the minute. Something in this inefficiency, initiation from sellers. So this should act as some sort of reactionary zone if it does test it. Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin looks quite good here, honestly. You know, we put in, you know, fairly weak highs yesterday around here. I've had this level marked out for a while, but that would be sweet. When you see sort of 6-hour candles like this is very much, you know, when ETH's even better, like these types of candles, this is all short covering flow, okay? So it's very inefficient. And when it's short squeezing, it has a tendency to not let shorts out at all until the move's finished. Like, if it was a genuinely bullish move, I think we probably would have come into here already and retested. But the fact it wants to do it all in one fell swoop just adds conviction to the short when it comes, I think. And then, like on Bitcoin, you know, I think if we get up here, hopefully, or up here, then I think a target would be this 16.2 area. Again, at the bottom of this sort of breakout candle that we keep front running. I think we get a slam into there is what I think, personally. How did I start learning charts? Just by watching it like a psychopath, mate, honestly. You know, if you're fairly new, my advice would be ignore traditional chart patterns because they're bait for noobs. Like, if you see a triangle structure, ignore it. So ignore chart patterns. And I think if you're just starting out, keep it dead simple and just trade horizontal support resistance and get comfortable with horizontal support resistance to the point where I just trade divergences into support resistance mainly. Like, you know, it's actionable, it wins more often than it loses, and as long as you can be disciplined and stick to it, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You know, like some of the best traders in the space, people like Salsa Tequila, he's just a pure price action naked chart trader, really. And, you know, he's a Chad. So, like I said on CBS's stream a couple of weeks ago, I think he's got a 50% move down once that 1K level breaks. I think it'll be violent. What's my fave time frame for spotting divs? That's a great question because it depends on the volatility of the market. If it's a fast-paced, volatile market, then I'll do 5-minute. But if it's slow like it is now, then, you know, I'll probably do 30-minute. And it's kind of hard for me to teach that. You kind of got to find your way with it. But you kind of got to go with the flow of what speed the market is. You know, if it's volatile, then lower. The lower, the better, in my opinion. More actionable. But if it's lethargic shit like this, then stick to anything like hourly or whatever. Like, what's funny is instead of people taking this FTX fallout as a sort of opportunity to reevaluate who you trust in the space frivolously, they've used it to move all their trust to Binance, as opposed to being like, hang on a minute, maybe I should question all these exchanges. I don't trust any of them. It's just like, why would I trust someone I have no idea how they're operating? I don't know anything about them personally. You know, stop trying to seek heroes. What stablecoin do I trust? I don't trust any of them. Yeah, I keep it in fucking pound notes in the bank. And I don't even trust the banks. You know, if you did bank run on the banks, they wouldn't be able to fucking give you all your money, you know? It's only insured for so much. I'd like to do more trade review stuff. I used to love that section of Red Stream when I used to do Rate My Charts. That was always fun. Yeah, 30 minutes dropping off in momentum, 5 minutes dropping off in momentum, 2 to 3%. Oh yeah, crushing it, man. Love it, love it. Clearly defined risk. I watch and listen to the tape, and if I see high volume into these stop losses and price doesn't move, so basically what I'm looking to is I'm looking for price movement relative to volume. So let's say it tags 80 to 100 million stops here. Well, 80 to 100 millions in buy volume, you know, should move price up to here pretty quick. So if it caps it here and I see all this volume coming in, then that means that someone is on the limit sell. Yeah. So all that buy-in's hitting limits and filling limits and capping price. So when someone fills a large size like that and stops price moving further, that's where I look to enter. So here, for example, but yeah, sorry, that's not the best example actually. Where is a good example? This is a nice example. Especially because you got the retest here. So what do you do in this situation if you're being sensible? Wait for it to come back. And you see how it bounces. You see how it rejects off these buyers? So that's where you enter. These guys that bought this breakout, they close here, and that's what caps price. Okay. Crow USD. All right, let's have a laugh at Crow. Ended up being quite a good stream, I think. I thought I was just going to be fucking screaming for an hour. Is this going to be one of those grand reveal zoom outs like we did the other week, where it just gets from bad to worse? Bum bum, beautiful. Oh, it's just stunning, isn't it? Strong. Unreal. It's going to fucking zero. Crow sponsor the World Cup. Legends. It's working well for them. It's money well spent. Please just fucking squeeze in here. I'm honestly losing my mind this week, guys. DXY thoughts? Don't really care. Don't really care. I've said for weeks I don't care about DXY. Everyone's looking at DXY to you know, everyone's looked for the DXY breakdown to assume risk on environment again. But what's happened? DXY's corrected and crypto shit the bed anyway. So nice correlation, inverse correlation. I think I'll call it a day there. That ended up being quite a good stream. You always ask good questions to keep it interested, so I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's always good to chat. I'll be back on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll get another stream in. Alright, have a good day, guys. If you're watching the football, enjoy the football.